Well, wisdom and compassion are non-dual, finally, of course. But there is a strand in Mahayana Buddhism, exemplified very much by Shantideva's writing. And Shantideva is the most radical one. He has this, I use it with my students in classes, even though we're not studying Buddhism in an academic class, we're studying about it. But to get them to understand the Buddhist, I always use this verse, and I have a challenge, which is Shantideva's famous verse. It says, all suffering in this world comes from wishing your own happiness. And all happiness in this world comes from wishing the happiness of others. And I say, see if you can defeat that argument or that statement. And then, of course, I get all kinds of things, you know. And, of course, in an undergraduate class, it eventually gets down to sex, you know. then they say, I get there by wishing my own happiness, and then I recommend them to a sex therapist.
Compassion would seem to be the most natural of human impulses because we were meant to live together, and yet there's so much resistance. Why do we resist compassion? Is it fear? Fear of the other?
Well, I often, when I'm talking about compassion, I often see in the eyes of my audience, when I'm allowed to look at them, a kind of mutinous look. You know, they know they're supposed to be compassionate, but they don't really want to be, because it's hard. The golden rule, for example, don't do to others what you would not like them to do to you. That's the essence of a lot of religion, because you have to look into your own heart, find what gives you pain, and then refrain under any circumstance from inflicting that pain on anybody else. And that's hard. People often want to be right rather than compassionate.